I never thought my own engagement party would be the scene of my public humiliation, but there I was, champagne in hand, surrounded by friends and family, when she tapped her glass and called for everyone's attention. I figured she was about to make some sappy speech about how much she loved me, maybe even embarrass me with some inside joke. Instead, she smiled, took my hand, and announced she was moving to another city with someone else, someone who showed her what love really meant. The room froze, and it felt like the air got sucked out of my lungs. I saw her mother burst into tears, my brother's jaw hit the floor, and her new soulmate slink out from the crowd, my own best friend, who'd spent the past year telling me how lucky I was. Everything after that is a blur of shouting, shattered glasses, and people pulling me back as I tried to go after him. But the worst part wasn't the betrayal. It was realizing how many people must have known, how many times I'd been the last to find out about the whispers and the lingering looks at double dates. My fiancée didn't look at me with regret, just relief, like she'd finally dropped a heavy mask. People kept asking if I was okay, but I barely heard them. I kept replaying every late night she said she was at work, every inside joke they shared that I brushed off. The days after were a parade of confessions. Friends admitted they'd seen texts, overheard calls, even caught them together. Nobody wanted to be the one to break my heart, so they let me walk into the fire blind. My best friend tried to justify it, saying he couldn't help who he loved, as if that excused the months of lying. My parents begged me not to make a scene, but I'd already smashed what little dignity I had left. I stopped answering calls, stopped leaving my apartment. The shame was worse than the anger. Here's where it all twists. Buried beneath the betrayal was a sick sense of relief. I realized I'd ignored every red flag because I was terrified of being alone, terrified of what people would think if things fell apart. I built my life around a relationship that was already dead, and deep down, some part of me knew it. When she left, she didn't just take my future, she forced me to finally look at the emptiness I'd been pretending wasn't there. And as the dust settled, I realized the real betrayal wasn't hers, it was all the ways I'd lied to myself, just to keep the illusion alive.